More or less what's gone on in my neighborhood is we've dealt with the drug dealing, gunshots, people that just have no respect for the homeowners, the squatting, things of just complete concern for me that I don't feel safe in my neighborhood. I had a gentleman come on my property riding a quad, inquiring that he would like to ride through my property and that he knew who the property owner was. My son was outside at the time, and my son let this gentleman know that he did not have permission to ride through our property, and the gentleman proceeded to pull a handgun out on my son. At that point, I took it as my son's life. I grabbed my shotgun. I proceeded to go outside. I walked around my watershed. This gentleman was still on the top of our property with his handgun drawn, but in the process of turning his quad around to proceed to go back up the hill that he came down. His gun was drawn on me, and I turned around and I unloaded my shotgun on him with one shell that happened to be turkey shot, and I proceeded to pretty much shoot him in the rear end. I notified the state troopers right away when that took place that I was discharging a firearm on a human being. The state trooper didn't feel like it was necessary to go and investigate it anymore, which it really concerned me because of the fact that not only did I just get done, discharging a firearm at somebody, and this gentleman having a firearm too, that we were going to have more retaliation put against us. Where we live close to a mile marker. And that mile marker has become more or less a place for people to be dropping drugs off and having drugs picked up. 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, I had people that were driving up to this mile marker, getting out of their car, proceed to go into a hollowed out tree that's near a creek, and they were retrieving drugs. They were dealing drugs, but the traffic is what really brought my attention to all this, the amount of cars that were coming back and forth on a daily basis, and just the nighttime traffic. Having people park near my house with kids in the back seat while these parents and or their family members are doing drugs in the front seat of their car and then proceeding to leave with a child seat in the back seat. And we had another scenario happen when one of the kids that was actually released from jail came back up to this residence and decided to start firing a gun off. The amount of gunfire that we took that afternoon, it started at 2:30 in the afternoon. It continued till about 10 o'clock that night. My response, we called the sheriff's department at 2:30 that afternoon. We didn't get any response. We called the sheriff's department again at 4:30, got no response. Called again about 6:30, still had no response. At that time, at 7 o'clock at night, when I wanted to return phone calls, dispatch has turned over because the state troopers take over Josephine County because the sheriffs are off the clock at 7 o'clock at night. The state troopers got on the phone with me through the 911 dispatch, and they said it didn't meet their criteria. It didn't meet their criteria, and that right there blew me away, that I am taking gunshots. My neighbor and I are taking gunshots. Their bullets are flying over our home. My life's in danger, my neighbor's life's in danger, and I have this kid that's over on this property saying that he can't stand his neighbors, he's going to take us all down. And then getting no response from the sheriff's department and then getting no help from the OSP department at that time, I didn't know what else to do. They had another call going on in northern Josephine County that maybe met more criteria than we had going on here. We had 3 state troopers that responded at about 10:30 that night. And then during that time, you have this guy that was firing the gun, threatening the police officers to come up on the property and screaming at the cops, the state troopers back and forth to come up, take me down if you can find me. He's threatening them, come up on my property, I'll deal with you. I'm going to take you all out. I'm going to burn this whole neighborhood down. I don't like any of you. When they did apprehend him, he was butt-ass naked in a swimming pool next door. So that way he was not even on the property anymore. He was actually on another person's property in their swimming pool naked. My concern is I have a 14-year-old daughter that's growing up in a society that's falling apart. We moved here because of the schools and being able to live in the country and being able to live in a rural environment and be safe. I don't feel safe. I'm actually scared for my life. I'm probably more scared for my daughter's life. Do I get any help from from the sheriff's department? No, because they don't have anybody to send out. I know they would if they could, but it's gotten to the point now with our, judicial system and the way our department and our finances are that they don't have the amount of people to send out to really help the people that really need the help when it's needed. Do I leave my house on the weekends? No more. Do I go out and do functions anymore? No. The reason why is I'm afraid to leave my home. Am I afraid of retaliation? Yes, I'm a little bit afraid of retaliation, but I'm so much afraid of the burglary and the people that don't have anything better to do in this county but take from others. And that's really the reason why my whole life has changed by moving up here. And I hope things change. They need to change for our youth. They're our future, and for the people that deserve, to be treated well, that live here, the people that, are law-abiding citizens. There's a lot of those people. There's a lot of great people that live in Grants Pass and in Josephine County, and we all need to be treated as equal. So it's really hard when you find out that they have to delegate who's more important when it comes to a police call.